Self-centered leaders. Let's rap about it.
This is Bars at Work, where leadership and personal development meets hip hop.
All right, cool. Let's run it. Let's hear some more.
All right.
It's centered in the desert of the awkward, dry space where self-centered leaders end up outlined where the chalk is. You want yes.
Yo,
Got an image right there, right?
I got an image.
We all know what it means to
Desert
be outlined in
of
chalk.
the awkward, outlined in chalk. There's so much imagery in this verse. Dry space, getting outlined in the chalk. Oh man, and you hone in on this aspect of where self-centered leaders end up outlined in chalk.
Yeah.
What is self-centered leadership to you? How does that manifest?
It manifests in holistically the results, like what we talked about earlier. A person that is getting results on paper or business results numbers wise, but they're leaving a train wreck of casualties of team members, of bodies, of customers, right? Their reputation isn't intact. I don't trust to be able to call that person and work through problems and issues. So it creates this fear-based environment where people are always trying to CYA, cover themselves and make sure that, hey, I'm good and I'm not open to having open dialogue. So that self-centered leader end up outlined with a chalk. Like when you're outlined in chalk, you have essentially died by yourself.
Right. So
that imagery was intentional to show like, hey, you're doing all these things for your own benefit, and you got blinders on, and you're doing what you think is what you should be doing to get the results that you want, but you're not paying attention to all the people that's in the wake, right? To all the bad reputation and just all the things that's, open your eyes up a little bit more, or you will end up by yourself, right? Your career could end, this position.
Yeah.
If nothing else, relationships, the open communication that would benefit your career and your mission even more, that's not going to be the case. So that's what self-centered looks like. It's like you're focused on yourself rather than the whole of everyone else.
Right. And that shows up in so many different ways, like you said, and some things that I've experienced, like leaders so focused on their own success to the point where they don't acknowledge the ideas and the work of the team, and they place that acknowledgement on themselves.
Yeah.
Or it's the little moments where they're in a meeting and they're presenting as if they did the work, but it was really the work of so many other people or some individuals that didn't get any shine in that process. Man. So in a way, shifting from self-centered leadership is almost like becoming more sacrificial of your leadership. Like your own reputation. It's like, I'm willing to diminish how much I'm, getting praised in order for the team to get praised. So I feel like there's some of that in this idea of self-centered leadership, where the self-centered leader is about me winning. Yeah. And the leader that's leading authentically and trying to drive really good outcomes is willing to sometimes fade to the back for the team to actually garner the accolades and the praise.
That comes with maturity, man, I think. And you definitely see what you just explained. You see that a lot in newer leaders, because newer leaders are just making that transition from independent contributor into leadership or some type of manager position where you're overseeing the efforts of others. So you think about it. You've gotten to this point based on being a subject matter expert in a certain area, based on knowing your stuff, having mastered your craft, and now someone's acknowledged that and put you in a position maybe where it's over other people that are doing that same thing. So now you have the mentality of, okay, I know how to do that job, and so you have to make the shift from I'm doing that job to I need to empower others to do that job. And so when you do that, the leadership role now is your deliverables aren't, I need to submit this report and get this, this analysis done. It's, I need to make sure the person that's doing the report and the analysis is fully equipped with the tools, the knowledge, the understanding in order to do it. And I'm going to make sure and facilitate their success. It's a very different deliverable when you move into leadership than when you're an independent contributor.
Right. Yeah. It's almost some of the things that you're doing that makes you an effective leader is invisible to everyone else, but it's going to be channeled through the people that show up on your team.